Welcome to the joy of functional game dev, from your heart to the screen, with your host, Ernest Pizzera.
Hello again, everybody. Nice to see you. And it is episode 16. So the start of day code is on the GitHub repo, and here it is v0.15. And looking over at the Trello board, we've got some got a couple things to do. We've got GameJolt API integration is a thing, and these all kind of the only other thing we can do is stub in an about credits screen, which we do need to do. But we also have a lot of refactoration to do, so perhaps we shall take a look at that, shall we? And one thing we have these measurements. I think at the we'll leave these here for now. We need those, but they need their own. They do be needing their own module. But here we are. So I've got these, for lack of a better term, constants. So let's go. We're going to refactor away. So we're going to just call it constants, because that's what they are. We're going to move them up to where they need to be. And today saw a little discussion somebody was having about the structure of F# projects versus, and they were a person coming from a C# point of view, where in C# you can put things wherever. Oh, I guess we do. I guess we need the measurement right there. But then we'll also need to bring in. See, and this is where I don't want to have it open TJOOFGD game, so we can bring those in. This is wrongness, and I need to open constants. Okay. But what can I build? What will I get? But so the structure of an F# project is the stuff that you depend on higher up is above the stuff that is down here. The very last thing is, at least in an executable, is the main function. This has to be last, and it is dependent on everything that's above it. And it's a very different approach than in something like C# where you put it wherever, and it. So we have these like random utilities. You know what? I think, is it? So, you know what we're going to do? We're going to add another one. We're going to add, and it is not the best name in the world, but it is. Do I have one called utility? I very often wind up with something called utility, no matter what I make. We're going to take random. We're going to put it in utility. And utility, put that after constants because it does depend on constants. Open constants. And open system. System.random is right there. let private random, because I don't need random exposed elsewhere. I need random board position, but that's the only thing that I use, and we're gonna keep random hidden here. And that's really the whole point of refactoring. And I'm gonna give it a build. We're gonna see what it doesn't like. It's like, oh hey, I don't know what random board position is. So utility dot. So it should be got more. In this case, I do want to put my module name on this. This is one where I don't want to bring in board columns. Board state dot board. It's not board state dot board columns. It's constants. Come with that. Constants board columns. And let's dot. So we will put these things. We could just open constants. I don't necessarily want to do that. Oh, and here we are at clamp avatar. And this is an area where really actually this is a good place to improve this. And there's enough. I will do open constants. Let's be inconsistent together, shall we? And then really when v is less than board column times pixel per cell over 2, that's pixels per cell, that's the number of cells, so that is pixels, over 2, then I want it to be 0.0. So you get used to things like in C# where it would automatically promote it. So when minus 0.5. See, on these things, so I'm clamping. And this is so this should bother me somewhat. Look at board rows times pixels per cell divided by 2.0. These should be, and I think they will be. Okay. So, yeah, this is ridiculous. We've got constants. Why don't we use them? Let maximum x equal, or minimum x, minimum x is that, minimum y is board rows, and let maximum x equal, where was I at? There. It is this. And then maximum y is board rows. Because these should be is less than minimum rows, minimum x, minimum x. Then really, this is maximum x, maximum x. And then really we're going to, and this is going to illustrate how in the world we're going to do this. That's a y. Because this is absolute junk. And here's the other bit. So really, when I clamp avatar, I'm going to let clamp dimension, dimension maximum, so it's going to be minimum maximum dimension equal if dimension less than minimum, then minimum, else elif dimension greater than equal to, yeah, no, just greater than maximum, then maximum, else, and let's spell dimension correctly, shall we? Else dimension. And so the clamped value is really x clamp dimension minimum x maximum x, and this is about to be way better. Not x on y, although in this case it would work. There we have solved this problem. And do we need we don't need these bindings. We're not reusing them anywhere, so it's dot x. Or is it a small x? Oh, that's a list. And a send. And then really, so it's ugly, but it does the job there. So clamp avatar, and we're gonna clamp dimensions on that minimum x, minimum y. So then really, if I let's build and see that we actually have it. So the player should be bound to what we want. Let's run it. So F2. So I should stop there. Well, that ain't right. So, what is minimum x? Oh. I think I know, but let's take a look. So, board columns times minimum x is 1.0 cell. I'll just put 0.5 cells. 0.5 cells. And now, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me that well, and then really, minus minimum x. Minus minimum y. Things in relation to one another. F2. So goes over there. He goes that far down. He goes that far. So yeah, just, taking a little time, going over stuff. 'Cause sometimes things get to be a bit messy. So in really, random board position should be based on maximum x, maximum y. So maximum x minus maximum y plus, no, not maximum, minimum x plus minimum x. So then these are the y's. And now, okay, so it should build. I didn't change all that much. I should now never have it so that it's too far over. And I don't think I will. So this is good. Alright. So things are correctly going there. What do I got going on here? So here's the board state. This is board state, gamepad state, board events, time remaining, freeze time remaining, and mood time remaining. Thing here is, this is the same stuff. There's different timers. And why would I have different timers? Well, not why would I have different timers, because that's... Why would I not... They're related. Well, they're not related, but they're the same thing. So why can't I have timers, or times remaining, which is a map of type timers equals, there's the main one, there's the freeze one, and there's the mood one. Okay. So map of, call it timer type. Nah, just call it a timer. Let's call it a timer. Timer float second. You see, times remaining. Well, let's go down the rabbit hole. Let's see how bad this gets. This actually shouldn't be too bad. So, when initializing here, I should have times remaining equals map.empty map.add main 68.0 second map.add or no, okay, map.add freeze 0.0 second map.add mood 0.0 second. So that adds that there. And we're going to need to find, because it's going to be broken somewhere else. You know it's going to be broken somewhere else. Lookup based on indeterminate something or other. So it's really times remaining dot freeze. So it's, let's see. So eat the freeze. So really what I want is that, and I want times remaining equals, I got to do board state times remaining map.add freeze time. And that's not, that should be good then. Okay. Same thing here. Times remaining equal board state times remaining. We're gonna map.add mood time. Okay. Still 15 errors. And then we just check the timea times remaining dot mood times remaining dot freeze. And this we can use there. And times remaining board state times remaining map.add freeze. And this is going to be this one gets slightly trickier because I have to first parenthesize this, and times remaining dot freeze minus delta. Okay, and this is where I come to a realization that this is the same function and go, yay, let decrease time, decrease time remaining. We've got the delta, and we've got the board state, and we have to have a timer. Cool, and it's this very function, but where it's place where I see freeze, I replace it with timer. Whoop, and one thing I do need is also the event, because now I need to have an event to trigger if it is up. Okay. And then really, so decrease freeze time is the same as decrease time remaining freeze effect over delta board state. Cool. And that's called mood effect over. There's decreased time remaining. And this is one where it's a little bit different. Dun, dun, dun. So then really, decreased time remaining, board state. There's an opportunity here for partial application that and currying that I'm not complete. I see it. Times remaining. Freeze. Times remaining. Which is board state times remaining. Map.add main dot times remaining main minus delta. Oh, there's that. Dink, 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 dink. So while this is not perfect, so it's really soon. I don't need this. I can put this here. The delta. I don't need you. And then I can get rid of these. Don't need you. Need decreased time remaining. And do I really? So if it's 0, then whatever. Can I? Now I've got the optional thing. It's like, hey, that's a conditional. This is what is really decreased? There's just no event. Or should there be an event? The game's over. Perhaps there should be one. Huh. I will have to think on that. So do you still work? But that's a good refactor there. Let's take a look at asset. Asset type is this is cool. But do I need this here, or does this go into the monogame project? Because this is very, yeah, I don't know. We're gonna leave that for now. So here we are in assets, and this loads our assets here. Do I ever use load asset, find all references? The only place where this happens. We'll make that private. Here's render utility, draws a texture, draws a text, drawing a score. And really, what is the difference between draw seconds and draw score? I ask you. There is not one bit. And what's the difference between so draw pretty sure let draw. Draw score is really just draw number. These are all just draw number. Draw. Call it an int. We'll say draw seconds. Doesn't make any sense to be there. We'll eliminate one of the redundancies. Compiler's angry with us. It's going to be draw int. Should be all we have to do is change these things. And we've eliminated an unnecessary function. Oh good, time remaining. Board state. Times remaining. This one is dot main. Well, isn't that right? Times remaining dot main. Times remaining. Oh. Oh. So. And that's where it's killing us. Alright. So that's why I had multiple things. But this isn't too big of a deal. Let's mode. This one's freeze. Do you work? Do you compile? Get compiled. Oh, still failing. What am I failing on? Time remaining. That's times remaining main. Okay. And do we still work as we expect? Let's get that heart. Super slow. Okay, there's the frost. So everything still seems to be working, and I didn't lose it. It's one of the nice things about this language is you refactor a lot of things, and once you get it back to compiling, it seems to mostly still work. See now, here's a bit. All these things. These are again too similar. This one looks like I do want to put like a map into it. But other than that, okay, please clean me up. Oh, look at you. Yes, sir. There you are. So there's... Take a quick look at this guy. And as we can see, other than asset type and program, I think program only has a main function in it. Yeah. We're not going to be impacting that one, other than perhaps putting the constant somewhere. But asset type, which we're going to leave. Where's thou shalt not? Oh, I do amuse myself. So okay, so please clean me up. All right, so we have to grab the keyboard state. We grab the gamepad state. That's all groovy. Well, let's group it. So there's the keyboard state, and there's the gamepad state, and here's the... Do we use this anywhere else? Gamepad state, yes. always updating the gamepad, always doing these things. We're always updating that and updating that. No matter what, then why are we doing? Bring it to the paused state. So this one is this one right here is like was button was key pressed. Say, get is key pressed. Keyboard state equals we're going to put that there. It's going to be a key. This is old keyboard state and the new keyboard state. It's not able to detect. All right. Let's leave that as is. So, what keys do I care? Well, we can actually do a very similar thing to this. Where we can say let keyboard get keyboard keys and that's in my keyboard state, which is a keyboard state equals set add gamepad button. All right, we will set empty keys. Add keyboard keys dot space and keyboard state. Borrow this, but we're gonna adapt it. And I think we want to also at some point get this consolidated. So I actually want a keyboard key, so the key, which is the keys, and the keyboard state, which is a keyboard state, and a set of keys. So I don't need to check for connected. So the keyboard state is key down, key, then set add key, else the set. This looks like a job for a sequence. It does. Yes, it does. So let's look at because I don't need to do the same way, because I don't have to check for I don't have to check to see if the thing is connected. So keys dot space. So at the moment we'll just do keys dot space, and we're going to take that, and we're going to take the sequence dot. We're going to map. So it's going to be a key, and it's going to give me back a key and keyboard state dot is key down. Okay, so that's what that's going to do. Am I doing it wrong? Why is it squiggly? Oh, fun. Fun K, funk. I'm going to take a map. So I'm going to take a key, and it's going to become the key plus is the key down. You know what? I can do this all at once. I can filter this. Dot filter fun K keyboard is key down. So I get the keyboard keys, and then I'm going to do set of seek. Righto. So get keyboard keys. So this is cool. Alright, so get keyboard keys, and we're going to get keyboard presses. Let get keyboard presses. It's going to be similar to this. So there's an old pad state and a new pad state. We will borrow this and put the keyboard states instead. So old keyboard state, new keyboard state, state. And that's a keyboard state. Very similar. Let old buttons, let old keys, old keyboard, running a little long, but that's okay. Old keyboard state, we're going to get keyboard keys. And we... Oh, okay. Oh, it's not angry about the left, it's angry that that's the only thing that we have. So now with my new keyboard state, get keyboard keys, set. Let me grab this set.fold. This is similar enough. There's got to be a way to new keyboard. But we spell it right with B-O-A-R-D. So my old keys contains key, then state, else state, add key, set empty keys. Let's fold it so, and we're going to let, do I need keyword state, anything? I do still need it. Let keys pressed equals board state gamepad state, or not gamepad state, it's going to be keyboard presses. And so then this should just be keys pressed contains space. Well, and that was a whole lot of effort to get there, huh? We're still not really done cleaning up this function. Let's make sure it works, because now there's much ado about being able to pause the game. I've got it, so can I... Will it pause? It'll pause. Okay, well, aren't we happy we did all that? That's a lot of stuff, and we've got a bunch of places. You know, we're trying to clean things up, and I think it's a bit cleaner, and so that's a good thing. We're still add gamepad button start. I think there's so many other things. So that it's like, oh, we can do currying here. We can do a map here. We can do some other cool stuff here. Let's get rid of that. It's just ugly. And really, right here, update keyword state of that and update. You know what? Yeah, just quickly right before I do this, I'm doing this thing the whole time. Do that twice, and I'm like, well, why can't I let update input devices equal update keyword state. Keyword state. Is this gonna work? Update. Is that gonna work? Board state to board state. Yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir. So now it's do that. We're gonna use one of those. Yeah, that is some cool stuff. And here's another spot where we can use that guy. Let's also put F2 in there. So that guy. F2. We can grab off keys again, keys pressed. And see, the cool thing here is we can if we can do that. Okay, I'm swimming with some ideas here on what we can do to make this stuff. So keys pressed, keys F2. Contains. See, got to use it more than once. So really, in the case of these, the thing I care about is what are the keys pressed, what are the buttons that have been pressed, and give me a function that I can use to update these other things. So yes, it's we're getting there. We're gonna get there. This is. I'm not going to remember this if I do this in the next episode, so we're doing it now. So we're gonna go let I don't even know what to call it. It grabs the let get. I'll just call it get input state. And it does require a board state. It's going to do these things. And it's going to return keys pressed, buttons, update input devices. And that's what it's going to return. So get, so you equal word state get input state. That one's K. That one's B. That one's U. I don't have. I need the gamepad state. Crap. Crap. Well, it was close. Well, you know what? This can also take state game pad state. So we won't. We still need. So let's grab these. Okay, you can pull it out. It's not going to be as cool as I thought, or maybe I'll just have to make it cooler later. So because I still need these, and until I don't need them, state gamepad state. So that should go away, and then right there, update input devices is really you. And we're going to do this again. So grab that out. That one's K. One's B. I could still do that. I don't know. Is it that cool? I don't know. No, I'm going to have to think about this later. Because I want to wrap things up. So, do we still work? We appear to still work. Well, so, we've gone through, touched pretty much everything. Some things start to improve. We get rid of some dead code. There's still more stuff to do, but before, what I really am trying to do here is trying to get it into a cleaner state so we can go forward with some GameJolt API stuff, and that's going to be pretty cool. And I hope that we get to that next time. In the meantime, thanks for stopping by and having some fun with having some joy of functional game dev with me. And we'll see you next time. Oh, and just quickly before I go, there was this other little part in render, and I hadn't found it in the time that we spent refactoring today. My option bind ignore. I do not need to option bind ignore because there's an option iter, and I don't have to do this. Dun dun dun. I didn't know. I learned today from the mysterious figure known as T-driven dev. And now I know. It's a learning process for me as well. So, and she still builds. And, we're going to assume it still works. Right? What could possibly go wrong? No. We make sure. We figure if the heart shows up, then the other one would show up too, right? There it is. Okay, it works. Yeah, now goodbye. See you next time.